Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is this giant box that can't even fit in the frame. This is the LetShuoer Soloist. Here is the box, and we're gonna get some QC stuff, transparent thing. Open that up. The would be right here. Open that up. You see, you get all of these different tips. You get 3 different sizes in this kind of clear with the black center, and then you get a natural rubber, which is similar to the one that came with the Singer. Then you get a bunch of foamies, and there's also one with an orange stem that's a little bit more extended stem. So you get a bunch of different size foamies. You get this product catalog, which I think is really cool because I like to look at all the different things that they have. They have some really expensive high-ends. So okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. So you get this case. Speaking of the Singer, this is like a similar case to what the Singer had. I think it's a little bit more improved material. There inside, I always keep the size tips on hand. These are the extended orange tips. If I can get them out of there. There's your silicone for those people that want silicone. Here it is. It comes with that. So let me just get those out of there. So here's your regular ones. Put those off to the side. Here's those weird kind of mushroom looking tips. They look just like a mushroom to me. Put those off to the side. I already have one on there, but you do get these extensions because it does come with a balanced 2.5 millimeter cable. So you get a 3.5 millimeter adapter. You get your cleaner. You also get a 4.4 millimeter adapter. I don't really have too many. I think I have like the AP80 is like, I think some of the DD Hi-Fi dongles and the AP80 are like the only things that I have that are 2.5. Everything else I have is 4.4 balanced. So here they are looking, another pair that is blue. And it's also just freaking gorgeous. And it's also that same material. These, of course, are a lot smaller than the last one I reviewed. But it's that nice, soft, 3D printed medical grade material. Wow, these are absolutely gorgeous. There's the natural rubber tips. You can pull those off. See the nozzle. It's more of a standard nozzle. This is the first standard one I've had in a short period of time. Most of the ones have like the sound tubes and everything. Robust, very comfortable, coated with this flexible material. The cable itself is thick. This is a thick boy. It's got a little Velcro thing over there. Here's your separator. Just overall very thick, and this is like a nylon material. And overly robust. So I like what they did. I like the fact that instead of making it modular, they just give you the adapters. That's pretty cool. You know, because the modular, you take it apart and you keep doing that. This one's just a plug, and I can use this plug with other things. So I like that as well. Very nice construction. They're very comfortable. They're on the smaller side. So, you know, people will be able to just even sleep with these. You can lay down with these, no problem. This cable is extremely robust. I think it's like one of the best cables, cloth-wise cables that I've come across in ages. Okay, I got the box on the back here. For those that need instructions, red is right and blue is left all the time. Sometimes there's been very few sets. There's your graph, by the way. The treble rolls off in a nice smooth step with very little spike. I mean, there is that little point right there. Midwise, we'll get into that in a second. So let me read off the specs quickly. This is 32 ohms. This 20 to 30 kilohertz frequency response. 0.78 dual pin connector. Resin, of course, housing is 3D printed. And this has the industry's first liquid silicone Kevlar driver. So this has a Kevlar dome surrounded by liquid silicone. The cable is 6N copper cores, shielded and braided to battle electrostatic and electromagnetic distortion. And that's basically the information that I have. Audiophile in-ear monitors. I can agree with that. Okay, so let's start at the bottom end. This has super nice extension in the bass. And when I mean bass, I mean both the mid and sub bass. Both have a little emphasis. Both have a nice, just super controlled. There is zero distortion on this, no matter what you're listening to. If you're listening to hip-hop that is bass enhanced on YouTube, or just something that is just made for subwoofers or something, the bass has no distortion on that. It is amazing, that Kevlar driver. Bass is smooth, warm, very nice sounding overall, just extremely pleasant. Whereas some of the other ones, it was like pow, 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 the bass in your ear. This one is more toward balanced. There's an emphasis, but it's got a nice balance to it, and it never gets like fatiguing. But it is strong bass. Don't get me wrong. This is in the same category as the other ones. It does have some really good bass. It just hits a little differently. More like a nice, expensive pair of headphones, whereas some of the other ones were like a stereo or something like that. So it's got some really nice bass overall. Let's just say the bass is just rich and smooth. Excellent technicalities overall with this. Good soundstage. It may not be the widest soundstage in the world, but it is definitely some good soundstage there. It's accurate, and definitely placement is very good. The mid-range itself, the lower mid-range kind of a little recessed, and the upper mid-range kind of a little emphasized. Female vocals are a little more forward than male vocals, although male vocals sound really, really good. There's definitely, some warmth to them, some kind of richness, and some decent body. I wouldn't call them thick at all. They're just somewhere in the middle, but they're very good and they're clear. And then we get into the treble, and the treble is nice. The treble extends well. It sounds really, overall, this whole unit sounds super natural sounding. I would say, the mids are kind of more toward the neutral kind of thing, which is amazing because of the bass. But the treble itself, not supernatural. They're not magic, but they do sound just very natural sounding. Listening to the hi-hats and some jazz where they're hitting the thing with the brush, the metal brush, very good. There's good details there. Treble is really, really nice on this, and it doesn't get harsh with the treble itself. There's no upper spikes. It's just overall really good. That's basically it. Comfortable. They're small on the smaller side, so you're not going to have a problem with comfort. Comes with a bunch of tips, so you're definitely not going to have a problem finding tips. Isolation is superb. Just overall, I would give these high marks just for that. They're not perfect in the mids, There's a little unevenness in the mids, but everything else with this is just spot on. Well done. Well done. And with that, that's basically all I can say about this. It is both fun, it is detailed, It is smooth. It's kind of a mixture of everything. Like usually you get like something that can be fun and detailed, but the details kind of have sharpness, whereas these details don't have sharpness. Everything just sounds the way it's supposed to. And that's amazing, especially considering this one is just a dynamic driver. It may be a special Kevlar with liquid silicone dynamic driver, but it is just one driver per side. And that driver has no distortion. I hooked this sucker up to the tube amp, and I was listening to some YouTube songs that I haven't heard in a while, which is, bass boosted and distortion, and this handles things perfectly. It never falls apart, especially bass-wise. Never falls apart whatsoever. So honestly, well done. Well done with these. The original thing that attracted me to these was the colors. Like this it comes in this beautiful blue, and there's also a beautiful orange, which was unique as well. Blue is my favorite color, but I like other colors sometimes too. So that said, yeah, I would highly recommend these. These are definitely going to be a favorite because of all of the different things that it comes with. I mean, it's got the, the adapters and this wonderful cable, and it sounds so pleasant. There's really nothing that bad about these. Like they said, the mids, that's going to be source dependent. You may have like the female vocals a little bit in your face. Nothing super harsh, nothing that couldn't be easily fixed by a tip change or listening to a different track or whatever. So I'm not even going to give it bad points for that, because that's not even like a big thing. It's not like, hey, these are horrible. No, it wasn't that bad to begin with. It's just I got to be honest about things, I got to find the little points on things that I find, or at least to me, my opinion. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. This is the Soloist. I would definitely recommend those if they sound like something that you like. Thank you so much for watching, and be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.